been on the internet in the past 3 years, you've probably heard somebody tell you not to take on too much at once, that you should really only focus on having one habit at a time, or 2 habits at a time, or at max 3 or 4. And granted, I am one of those people who might have told you those things. But in this video, I'm going to give you a habit funnel activity that you can use to make an exception. If you, for example, are a person who really likes having a ton of different things to think about in terms of behaviors all at once. Hi, my name is Dr. Karin Nordin, and I am not just spewing advice from my own life. I actually got a PhD focused on behavior change and mindset. And so I'm here to bring you the real science behind self-help. Make sure you hit subscribe if that's something that you're interested in. In this video, I'm going to teach you a concept that I've used in our coaching program before called a habit funnel, which is basically a way of segmenting your behaviors so you do have a couple high priority ones that you're focused on, but you also have a whole variety of options. This is going to be a very interactive video. So take out a piece of paper, ride along with me, and let's get started. What I want you to do is I want you to take out your piece of paper and I want you to draw a funnel on it. You can think about this as the same type of funnel you would use in your kitchen when you're trying to put new salt into your existing salt shaker. But this time, you're gonna divide it into 3. Now we're gonna take a break from this. And what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you brainstorm 24 behaviors. Yes, I said 24 behaviors that you feel are beneficial to your life. Now, if you're a habit enthusiast and you envision a life where you're doing all sorts of things on a daily basis, this activity is absolutely for you. If this already feels overwhelming, then hop on over to my other video about habits where I teach you a completely different approach that's way less overwhelming than this one. So I'm gonna pause for a second. I'm gonna have you pause me, and you're going to write down a list of 24 possible habits that you might want to incorporate in your life. When you're done, I want you to look at that list of 24 behaviors. You're going to start thinking about these behaviors as your largest menu of choices. Kind of like you've just gone to the Cheesecake Factory and you have all of these options available. That doesn't mean you're gonna eat every item at the Cheesecake Factory. It does not mean that every single one of these behaviors is going to get done every single day. You can think about this part of the funnel as your available behaviors, as things that are always available to you that you know make you feel good and make your life better, but are not necessarily behaviors that you are hell-bent on doing every single day. Now we're gonna move on to step 2, and I'm gonna have you take those 24 behaviors, and I want you to narrow them down to 12 behaviors. Take 30 seconds and do that. Okay, are you done? These 12 behaviors are going to be your sometimes behaviors. These are behaviors that you want to be doing more often than not, but again, they don't have to be done every single day. Whereas these ones you might shoot to do each of these behaviors at least once per week, you might shoot to do each of these middle ground behaviors every couple of days. From there, you're going to go through the final step and you're going to pick 4 of these 12 behaviors to put in this bottom part of the funnel. For this, I want you to really think about the smallest behaviors, the behaviors that are the most flexible, that can be done in any circumstances with relatively little effort. Or you can think about the behaviors that are going to create the largest return on investment, that have the largest impact in your life. Go ahead, take 30 seconds, and choose the core 4 behaviors that are going to exist at the bottom of your funnel. All right. You've identified your core 4 set of behaviors. These are the behaviors you are going to focus on doing pretty much every single day, as frequently as you possibly can. Now, here's how this funnel works. If you are a person who has a little bit of a rebellious tendency, if you get bored with habits really easily, or if you just rebel against restrictions in your life, what you're gonna do is you're gonna focus on getting these 4 behaviors done. But when that boredom surfaces, when that resistance comes up, you're gonna know that you can always move further out. You can move into your often behaviors, and you can either sub some of those out, or you can go above and beyond and get more of those behaviors done. And if you wanna go even further than that, you have this whole menu of 24 behaviors that you can choose from. This works really great if you're in a different circumstance. If you're traveling, if chaos is happening in your life, if something large changes, going back to these 24 behaviors and having a whole list of things that you can choose from helps you to be very flexible in times of changing circumstances or stress. But it gives your brain something that you've already come up with, so that in those stressful times, you don't have to generate a bunch of new habits that might actually help you in those moments. So this, my friend, is a habit funnel. Now, like I said, if you are the type of person who's easily overwhelmed, if the thought of having 24 habits that you could even possibly think of is overwhelming, or if you're a person who's gonna make yourself think you have to do every single one of those 24 behaviors every single day, this is not for you. This is more of a technique that's a better fit for people who like to play, who like to vary up their techniques, vary up their behaviors, vary up what their life looks like every single day. If you like a lot of freedom and exploration, this might be a technique that you're gonna wanna check out. And if you're too overwhelmed to even think about a single habit right now, make sure you check out this video from our Alliance coach, Jimena, who talks exactly about how to deal with overwhelm and gives some pretty amazing techniques. Last thing, if you're having trouble coming up with habits that are gonna propel you towards your future self, make sure to check out our free resource, which is linked in the description, that helps you do exactly that. Take a look, dig in, and let me know how it goes in the comments. I will see you next week.